Alright, hello there ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the 2014 WPI League of Legends. We're coming to you live from WPI. This is our last week of the group stage, and we have the two top teams in their groups playing against each other right now. It's Filthy Frank's Choir Boys versus the Kings of Worcester. I'm Thomas Erithom DeSilva. With me is Lindsay Stormcloud O'Donnell. How are you doing, Lindsay?
Good.
Alright, so as we come into this match, we've got Filthy Frank's Choir Boys on blue side and the Kings of Worcester on purple. We've got Vine Wukong coming out for blue side bands and LeBlanc coming out for purple.
So immediately
Let's see where we're going with
blue
this.
team targeting the jungle of the Kings of Worcester.
Yeah, Vine Wukong.
Seemingly thinking that's their strongest point, perhaps.
Yeah, both very strong AD, AoE, CC junglers. Vine Wukong having very strong initiates with their ultimates. Shyvana coming out for the last ban, so that's going to be targeted mostly at top side. Meanwhile, purple side banning out Lee Sin and Renekton for their next two. Let's see what they try to pick up here. We've got Lux coming out for blue. That's not a very common pick. It could be for... It's locked in. Okay, so Rix is well known as the most devastating Lux in Brazil, so I've been told. We'll see how purple team responds to that. Looks like they're going to be picking up the Elise jungle. Maybe. Jinx coming out. Jinx very strong AD carry right now. Jungler just cycling through. I think they're probably going to stick with the Elise, though. It's usually,
Yeah,
you don't
that's
sit
a
on a
strong
pick
pick.
like that. Soraka jungle for the trolls. The Jinx is locked in now. Rengar jungle, rather unlikely, and back to the Elise. So, yep, and
Yeah.
it's locked in. So Elise bringing
An
pretty
immediate
strong
lock
dueling kick.
from Filthy Frank's Choir Boys. The Pantheon probably going to the jungle, and the Akali to the top lane.
Must be. Lux doesn't do very well in the top lane. Otherwise, she'd have to be a support, and she's not all that great down there either. So, probably going to see Lux mid lane, Akali top, Pantheon jungle for blue side, and we're going to be seeing Jinx AD. Probably that Morgana support is going to get locked in here. Morgana's pretty strong right now
So
against
picking
Lina
Morgana
Thresh.
into nothing, but yes, a lot of those strong supports are still on the table. None of them were banned out, so she's very good against Thresh, Blitz, anyone really with the skill shots.
Yeah, that Black Shield, the ability to negate any CC is a really, really strong ability to be able to peel for your AD carry. Of course, with Jinx, you're going to need that because she has absolutely no mobility until someone gets killed. Zac coming out. Looks like we might be seeing Zac top lane, which we haven't seen for quite
Yeah.
a while.
Right now, if it is indeed Akali top and Pantheon jungle, they're looking a little less tanky, and a little bit more. Oh, never mind.
Alright.
I'm going to completely change everything I said.
Okay.
This is
well,
interesting.
Yeah,
Going a little bit that one challenger team with Fabi. They ran for a couple weeks in the challenger series without an AD carry at all. They just played a Tryndamere and then had a duo lane, usually duo AP or something like that. It was a very interesting strategy. It worked pretty well for them.
Yeah, the AD carry's big strength, really. The current meta is just the ability to push down turrets,
Yeah,
but
that's
when
true.
you pick up the Heimerdinger,
And the Tryndamere for split pushing.
yeah,
It definitely can
Heimerdinger
work.
has awesome siege potential, so he
Yeah.
can replace an AD carry in that case, and Tryndamere brings huge amounts of physical damage in case you ever happen to get into a fight. And he also has that split pushing power.
They have a lot of catch potential with Pantheon and Lux and Akali, just generally being able to burst someone immediately if they get caught by anything.
But we're not seeing the trade coming out, so it looks like we might actually be seeing the lane Pantheon.
And the Akali
The
jungle.
Akali jungle. Interesting. Yeah, we're into the delay now, so it looks like that's going to be the comp. So, I've got no idea where any of these people are going, but Filthy Frank's Choir Boys has Lux Pantheon, Akali Jungle, it's the only one we can be sure about, Tryndamere, and Heimerdinger. And Kings of Worcester seem to be running Malzahar mid, Jinx, Morgana bot, Elise jungle, and Zac top. I I'm just really confused by how this game's gonna go down. I am flabbergasted, utterly and completely.
I'm curious. I think if blue team can get ahead, they have a lot of snowballing potential. Tryndamere and Akali both. If they can get some kills early, they're gonna be really strong. They're gonna be able to split push. But I could definitely see them getting outscaled.
Yeah, melee carries
They don't have a
generally
big
aren't that
tank.
great.
Pantheon will be tankier toward the end, but not as tanky as a Zac if he does go full tank in lane, which he probably will.
Yeah, and the engage potential from a black shielded Zac is just absolutely insane. Considering the amount of CC that blue side has, they've got Lux Snare, Pantheon Stun, and Heimerdinger Stun. That's it for hard CC. So they're gonna have a lot of trouble dealing with the engage if they can't stay split up, keep going for picks.
They did ban out a lot of the stronger engaged champions like Vi and Wukong, but Zax is definitely nothing to laugh at.
Yeah, and
toward the late game
is also going to be huge
Yeah.
because they've got Morgana who can walk up and use her ultimate. They've got Elise who can jump on from just so far away, and Malzahar suppression is also an excellent tool for locking people down. So, really interested to see how this pans out. Got 45 seconds left until we get into this match. Any predictions on who's going where for blue side?
Let's go with Pantheon top, Lux mid, and the Tryndamere Heimer bot. I kind of want to see that. I don't know if that's how they're going to do it. I really can't tell right now, but
I think I can see it.
I want to see it.
I could also see the Pantheon going mid so they can make better use of his ult range. Maybe
They could.
with Tryndamere going top with Luxheimer
Lux
bot.
Heimer bot. Yeah, that could also work.
Should be an interesting game. Alright, so we're about to get into the loading screen. Filthy Frank's Choir Boys running a very interesting comp against the Kings of Worcester. This is going to be their last match of the qualifications. Both of these teams currently undefeated, so let's see if this unconventional strategy can home.
I kind of want to know, have they pulled this in previous games, or is this completely just blindsiding the other team? Did they know they were going to do something like this?
I really hope that they've pulled something like this before, because...
Well, I certainly hope that they have experience with it, but I don't know in this particular tournament, have they done this yet? Or is this something that they would pull out against another very good team to try and catch them off guard?
Yeah, you know, I haven't been watching their games, so I couldn't tell you. So for the skin war, looks like we've got...
A slight lead on the side of blue team.
Yeah, we got 3 skins to 2. Imperial Lux, not a skin that we see all that often, nor Perseus Pantheon. Ghost Bride Morgana, a little bit uncommon, but not too bad as far as things go. So we'll see if that skin lead can carry them through to a victory here. Everybody at 100%.
And we're on Summoner's Rift.
Alright, so as we get started here, can finally see who's going where. It looks like we are going to be seeing Tryndamere go top. Are we going to be seeing a duo mid though? Or are they just... Oh, they're probably just invading. But it looks like red side is also going to be invading, so Kings of Worcester are going to be dropping into that bot side tri bush. Well, Filthy Frank Squire boys are going to be sitting in the banana bush. Two teams passing the night.
Trying the
Neither
pretty
team
standard
has...
blue invade.
Yep. No one has any idea what's going on here. Neither side has gained vision of the other.
They can't put down the trinkets yet, and no, they do have one ward on the side of the Kings of Worcester from Morgana, but she hasn't put it down yet. They're just gonna go ahead and check that bush down there.
Yeah, this is an interesting invade path by Kings of Worcester. Don't see that one all that often anymore. Meanwhile, looks like Filthy Frank Squire boys are gonna have a little bit more patience in going in.
May just end up trading buffs, since neither team was spotted.
We got Trinamir backing, so it looks like he's gonna be heading to top lane. We got Pantheon and Lux headed to bot lane, with Heimerdinger taking mid. Oh, but Akali might be walking into a trap here.
Oh dear.
Inside of the red buff, and the entire red team is standing.
She can flash right over that wall, though. It's whether they can CC her long enough.
The snare comes down, so the exhaust
definitely.
can't ignite, and she goes down pretty easily. So that's going to be first blood for Elise here, and they're going to be taking this red buff away.
That's certainly an advantage to the purple side. Kind of curious, I'm not sure. I guess she was just planning on taking that without help, but it's just curious that nobody checked any of that or warded any of that as they came back.
Yeah, an interesting choice to not even try to leash for Akali. Akali with not that great of a clear time early on. She does have good sustain off of her free spell vamp, but otherwise, not that strong of a clear. So Akali gonna be starting up her blue buff. She's already down to 1 health potion, it looks like.
That's certainly a rough start in the jungle. And
No,
Akali jungle definitely wants lots of kills, and I'm not actually sure what her clear time is like, or whether she's more of a ganking jungler. I would imagine past 6. She certainly wants it.
Coming in here in bot lane.
Yeah.
Looks like Jinx is
Forced to
pop
barrier.
Pantheon pops the ignite, but he flashes, tries to go for the spear, but it's not enough. He might go down here. Oh, no, Morgana's just going to back off. Lux going very low to creep, so the snare comes out. It's like they're going to disengage. That siege minion is just not having it, though. Lux very, very low.
Little fight in the jungle. Akali gets caught and goes down to Elise, actually. Elise's red buff. Malzahar picking up.
Yeah,
not a terribly good start.
Elise. Yeah, that's really bad.
For Akali.
Filthy Frank Squire boys. Having 0-2 Akali jungle and 2-0 Elise jungle to go up against. Elise just having an absolutely monstrous.
I think Elise right now just pretty much needs to hunt Akali down in her own jungle. She's not safe now.
No reason to take your jungle when you can take theirs. Looks like we might be seeing a gank coming in here mid lane. But Elise decides to back off, figures that the Donger is too strong for those turrets.
Certainly difficult to gank.
Yeah, Heimerdinger double kills, pretty frequent when he gets ganked. Elise coming in for the gank on Trinamir, but he's just gonna spin away. Bot lane, everybody's still sticking around even after that huge fight we had earlier. A little bit surprising. Morgana a little bit ballsy, just walking straight up to the Pantheon, but they're not going to do anything about it. Little fight in top lane, just trading back and forth. Big minion advantage for purple.
Looks like neither of the bot laners for the blue team are going standard support builds at all. They're splitting farm pretty equally and just building pretty standard.
Snare comes out on Pantheon. We'll see how much damage they get down here. Lux is just going to zone her off though, so some solid damage. Elise is on bot side, so she might consider coming down after that white. Another snare lands, but Jinx gets hit up by Panth. Exhaust comes out to save her. She's going to have to back. She's sitting on way too low health. It's like they're going to try to bait the tower dive for Elise though. I'm not sure if this is worth the risk.
Especially not with that black shield. There's definitely a lot of baiting potential there. Blue side just decides to back off and go by.
Yeah, everybody backing off. He's headed up to mid lane again. Maybe try to get something down on Heimerdinger, but he's still hanging around those two turrets. Meanwhile, Akali, still level 3, just trying to farm up a little bit. Surprisingly up in CS on Elise now, but still down in gold.
I guess she hasn't gone back to buy yet, whereas Elise did after her 2 kills, so could explain some of that.
Yeah, I am a bit surprised by her choice to not invade Akali, instead just trying to go for ganks, but not making anything happen. Seems like Elise, oh, we got a little dive coming in here in top lane. Looks like Zach's gonna ult on Tryndamere, but he's gonna get his passive popped. Trying to go in at 6 before Tryndamere has his, but he's gonna die for it.
Yep.
Well played by Tryndamere. Zach slightly overestimating his game.
He actually had barrier. I was wondering where that shield. Tryndamere took barrier. Interesting pick, but it definitely saved his life there.
Yeah. Looks like Elise might. Nope, she does not want to gank the Heimerdinger still.
Just been hovering around mid for a while, but it's just too safe.
Actually been getting behind in level. She hasn't been farming, she's just been walking up and down river this whole time, so...
Taking a ton of damage from Heimer's turrets. Down to about a 3rd health. She can sustain up off of the jungle, but she's not really in a spot to gank now.
Akali is actually pulled ahead in experience over Elise, so Elise only has that gold lead going for her now. She's really got to pull her play together, not making very
not
good
all that much
decisions
of
here.
one.
Looks like purple side's bot lane is taking control here. Really zoning with the snares, keeping their health up, dodging that Lux poke for the most part. So as we come into the 8-minute mark here, we've got no turrets down, no really significant action besides Akali's deaths. We've got 1-2 for a kill count, to 500 gold lead for purple side.
And that's just purely off of the kills, really.
Yeah, that's just Elise's kills. Malzhar's assists, but it looks like blue side can probably start pulling it back now since Akali's getting farmed up. She's hit level 6 now.
That definitely increases her her ability to gank by quite a bit. Tryndamere going a little aggressive.
Yeah, he's got a level advantage on Zach, and it looks like his ultimate
He's got to be
is
careful
still
though.
up.
His ultimate, yeah, he never used it in that fight because he wasn't level 6, so he does have that available. Finding lands onto Lux. Somewhat low.
Looks like she might die
Shield's
here.
up.
Jinx is gonna chase her, but the flash comes out. Oh, the
Ultimate
rocket
misses.
so the black shield's gonna keep her safe from the Pantheon stun. Pantheon's gonna keep going though. Snare
Ignite
comes
and
down,
spear.
but it hits.
Not quite enough.
Snare hits a creep.
One more spear though.
The
yeah.
flash comes in though.
Through the barrier too.
Finishes her off. A little bit too greedy by Jinx trying to stick around against a Pantheon with Flash Ignite up.
Unfortunately, Black Shield only really stops the stun, doesn't really stop any other anything else from Pantheon. It's all physical damage.
Yeah, a little bit of action happening top lane, but Elise deciding to go back instead of going for the gank. Once again. Tryndamere getting the crits down on Zach. He's gonna want to back off here. Gets chicken, the jump comes out, but Tryndamere's gonna die for this. He's still got his ultimate up, and the one shot comes in.
Before Zach's passive was even up, unless it was popped earlier, and we just didn't notice. Certainly Zach not having a fun time in that lane. Once a Tryndamere gets ahead, it can be difficult to stop him.
Yeah, that dive really proven disastrous for him. Level 6. Elise actually losing control of her jungle here. Akali going for counter jungling. It's a surprising turn of events. considering how our early game went.
Both junglers with their double buffs, just trying to make things happen, but not really at the moment. Good pink ward from purple in the small river bush, the death bush. Keeping an eye on the roaming.
Like
Kali and Heimerdinger walk right through it. Yeah, that's gone. Shouldn't have said anything. I must have jinxed it.
Heh, jinxed it. Oh, freak. If only you were here right now.
Purple team actually hovering around Dragon, or at least around the river area. They boarded it up. See if they're willing to go for that. Especially with Lux and Pantheon, globals wise, they can have done a lot of damage very far away.
Oh, but the snare lands on the Jinx. She takes the full Lux combo. Morgana's going to try to slow her down with the ultimate, but they got two coming in from purple side to try to finish this off. Stun lands onto Lux. Looks like the Rockets are going to finish it off. It's a kill for Jinx. Heimerdinger's still in there. Looks like he's going to try to put a little bit of poke down.
The rest of her team was there. She just ran up to the river instead of down towards them, unfortunately. Got a little separated by the Morgana CC.
It's like Heimerdinger's now separated from his team, but they're not going to be able to catch him. Jinx still sticking around, once again, low on health around a Pantheon, but she's just going to rely on her team to keep her safe.
They may try and push that up and just go for Dragon. They're all pretty healthy, aside from Jinx, who can lifesteal up. Yeah, looks like that's what they're going to do. With Lux and Akali very far away.
Or they're going to go for the Heimerdinger.
They look pretty undecided, but Heimerdinger is very pushed up, so...
Yeah, I mean...
Not really going to catch him, though. Yeah.
I like that call, but... I guess it's one. I
guess it is the safer call, but yeah, they probably could have gotten a dragon pretty much for free there.
Yeah, considering that Lux was still in base because she had just respawned and Akali had backed, that was the perfect opportunity for them to take that dragon, especially having an Elise. Although it is an Elise with nothing but Spirit of the Ancient Golem, so she doesn't actually have any damage. Interesting choice, build-wise. Both junglers only having their spirit items up right now. Might be contributing to their lack of successful ganks. Those wolves still counter-jungled from the last time Akali was in there.
Might be that they're going more for the farming rather than the ganks. We haven't seen a whole lot of successful ones.
Looks like
Kali successfully took the blue buff, but she's not getting out of there. And he gets that back right away. Kun lands onto Lux. Snare just barely misses. Flash is out, but no, Elise is too much execute damage there. She picks that one up. Now they're going to go for a dragon for sure. Don't know if Heimerdinger can really do too much about that one. And he tries.
Ooh, but
even gets Malzahar fairly low, but...
What a hero. Keeping the dragon alive for his team.
Tryndamere continuing to push and be an annoyance. Just start taking towers. Actually decides to dive.
Yeah, he's gonna go in on Zac. Looks like he's gonna catch him with that Blade of the Ruined King. The flash has come out, but will he be able to get it? No, he turns around, doesn't want to pop his ultimate. Maybe he has a feeling that Elise might be coming up. She's at her red buff right now, so she is in the area. Bot lane, Jinx getting a little bit risky. Trying to 2v1 Lux and Pantheon unintentionally.
There's Morgana actually up in the top lane.
Zac jumping in, trying to get the farm. Not really a great decision. Tryndamere has his ultimate up, he pops it. But Zac is going to be able to sustain off of his blobs, and Tryndamere is going to go down to the ignite.
Well played by Zac. Very patiently.
I'm a bit surprised there. Tryndamere still had his barrier up. Uh-oh. According to our viewers, we don't have video again.
Well...
That is awkward. Are you in full screen right now? Because if you are, you should switch to borderless. Yes, you should switch to borderless.
Is that better?
Probably see in a few seconds. But looks like Malzahar is gonna get almost bursted by Heimerdinger, but
Ults him just in time, and not much Heimer can really do about that one. No way to get out of that ult.
The video is still not there.
No.
Looks like we're gonna have another radio game here.
Woohoo! I promise everything was working when I tested it.
You're on the right scene.
Yes.
Got monitor capture.
Is that any better?
Doing monitor capture or window capture?
I believe I'm doing window capture.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
Still no video.
Purple team's turret has been destroyed.
There we go. Oh.
Blue side starting up Baron.
It is frozen again. Need to switch the window mode back to borderless. Putting it on full screen made it freeze up.
There we go.
Alright, so Zach's gonna jump in here. He's gonna ultimate on top of Akali while they're trying to do this Baron. Morgana ultimate comes down and catches Heimerdinger. The steal comes out on Morgana, but looks like she's gonna die to the turrets. Traps come down, but Heimerdinger flashes away. It's a zap lands, but the flash comes in. Rocket takes out Heimerdinger, but Morgana gets taken out by the rockets from Heimer. Akali's backing in that bush, which is warded. She gets taken out by Jinx.
Yeah, Jinx pretty much just dominating that fight.
Yeah, that was really messy.
It's a 2-4-3. Don't know if it was the best
yeah,
Baron
seems that
call
way.
ever, but
Yeah,
jumping up.
generally you don't want to go for Baron unless the other team either has a lot of people down or they're stuck in their base because
Yeah.
of creeps. So
And it wasn't the
neither of
worst
those
thing
conditions
ever,
are satisfied.
but maybe not the best of choices.
Yeah, Jinx going a little bit ham on this turret. She's gonna get snared by Lux. It looks like Lux isn't gonna be able to keep that up. Jinx got the red buff. Heimerdinger.
Yeah, Jinx just hammering
Lux
right
safe.
through Lux. Lux really doesn't have any defenses. All she has at this point are the tier 2 boots and haunting guys. So really no armor to speak of.
She gets snared again, though. Looks like Lux is gonna have to flash away. Spell Shield saves her from the Heimerdinger stun. And everybody's just gonna disengage. It's like
Yeah,
Akali
they're gonna-
might be thinking about coming in.
They're gonna have a tough time killing the Jinx with the immunity to the Pantheon stun, to a lot of things.
Yeah, you really don't want to be going against a Jinx with 4 kills and a Morgana support at this point in the game. That's just absolutely bad news for anybody. Although they do have Tryndamere. Tryndamere doesn't really care about CC prevention.
No,
He
definitely
just
not.
spins on you. But he's just playing single player right now, so he's probably not going to have much of an impact for a while. Both teams hanging out on this Dragon Pit. They know that it's going to be up soon because they've got the timers. So we'll see if they try to start a fight here. Malzahar's going in. A bit out of position, but blue team doesn't capitalize on it. Red's gonna try to go for this dragon now. Kali getting warded out. At least just clearing out the wards in the pit before starting it. They're gonna pull it out of the pit. Just a little bit.
They don't really have the
Prevent
vision
steal.
control at all to see what is going on down there.
Looks
They
like
did get it, and they got a Kali too.
top lane.
Not really the
got
best at
1v1 going.
escaping.
Oh, but the traps are gonna land onto Lux, and she's
The
just gonna get
cocoon.
owned by this
Yeah.
Jinx. Completely destroyed. She gets excited, but she misses the zap. Meanwhile, mid lane, Heimerdinger's gonna get chased off.
They have a lot of available CC to stack if any of it lands. From Morgana Bind to, oh,
Rocket coming up.
Rocket.
Oh, but it
Barely
Trevor.
misses.
That wouldn't have gotten the kill anyway. He's got too much health. Oh. CC coming out from red side, but all their skill shots miss.
We're still able to
Pantheon.
siege the turret somewhat with Jinx's minigun.
Oh yeah, they got rocket mode too, so with the lack of CC on blue side, they're really gonna have trouble against these sieges, even though they have Heimerdinger. They can't really punish purple for being out of position.
The only way they can really do it is with a man drop, but Pantheon not choosing to go for that. Purple team backed up very quickly back to their own turret.
Yeah, seeing that it was a 4v5 because Zach was taking top tower, they knew what they had to do. It's a good call. So, 22 minutes. We've got 6 to 13. Got a 4k gold lead for Kings of Worcester, but they're actually down a turret right now. So, still kind of a close game. I have to see how it goes when we get later in though, because the scaling on Blues champions, not having an AD carry really hurts you in the late game.
Definitely.
To try to go for team fights.
Pantheon building pretty much full damage, so they really don't have a tank.
Yeah, and dealing with that Zac, you don't have a tank.
Yeah, that's definitely going to be pretty difficult.
No way to keep Zac off you, but Malzahar gets hit up. Oh man, everybody.
And that's what they need. They need to catch people with the snares into the stuns.
It's like Pantheon's gonna actually go down here, getting a little
Yep.
bit too ham because Malzahar flashes back, but Jinx is gonna go in on Heimerdinger. The big turret is doing huge damage though. The shutdown comes in, Akali comes in from the back. She's gonna get a double kill.
That was a nice
Trinity
Zonya's.
takes out Malzahar. The exhaust comes down on Trinity. He's gonna spin in. Will he be able to get the kill? The snare comes in, but Morgana gets out with a little bit of health.
I guess actually has to barrier that damage.
And Zac
That
comes
comes
in, with the
in.
ultimate, but I don't know if he's gonna be able to finish this. He's gonna have to
Tryndamere
flash out.
ults.
Akali goes
as
in
well.
with her ultimate. That pops his passive. They're gonna have to back away though because they don't have creeps. So they've got creeps. Turret's doing big damage.
Actually, Heimer
Wait,
walks
what?
back into turret range to try and get the last hit on the Zac passive and gets taken out. He probably
extremely
thought someone else.
unfortunate.
Oh,
Rocket comes in to take out Akali.
Lux
just has to
barely
run now.
survived.
Blue team's sticking around a bit too long, but at the same time, Trinity are going ham. Crucible comes out on Zac, gonna heal him up a little bit, but Trinity's gonna have to back up. Pantheon comes in and keep him safe. Zac's gonna back away. He's still in a warded bush though. Snare comes down, jump comes in, but he's just gonna back out. Looks like red side might go for this Baron.
They certainly have the control around it to do that pretty safely. Yeah, they are indeed going to.
Yeah, they've got, what is that, 6
really
wards
nothing to,
just in this screen area. Blue side doesn't have any. And that Baron's just gonna go down, no contest.
That's certainly going to up the gold lead to nearly 5,000. Still not too much of one. It's not insurmountable at this point.
Yeah,
But
blue
for the
side's
next
really
few
gonna have
minutes,
to-
blue side's going to have to be very careful.
yeah.
Pick their battles.
So they need to get more wards down. They only have 3 on the map right now. And for a pick comp, you really can't do that.
Yeah, certainly in Season 4, having unconventional supports or no support at all, it's definitely viable, but you're going to need those wards regardless, especially against a more coordinated team. This isn't solo queue.
Yeah, they don't even have a sightstone on their entire team.
They don't have a sweeper either, so they have really no way of getting rid of those wards. No one's buying any pinks, so purple team able to pretty much camp out in whatever bushes they want without fear of being found.
Got 2 sweepers, so any wards that they do manage to get down can be cleared out pretty quickly. Purple side definitely winning the vision game here, which is really helping them out with the actual game. Heimerdinger looking like he might be about to get caught here, but Purple's just going to go for the dragon.
Yeah, they're just going for the safe play there. Just trying to extend their gold lead a little before they go try and get more of blue team's turrets.
Yes, dragon's going to be up in 5 seconds. So blue is not going to be able to contest that really unless Lux gets a miracle laser and at least misses her smite.
Nope, it goes down too fast for her to even start up the ultimate, really.
Yeah, so
now
it's gonna extend the gold
7,000, nearly.
Now it looks like they're gonna be grouping up in mid lane. They're just gonna go for the 5v5 push. Probably a good call from them, considering the team.
Yeah, I'd say they have a much stronger team fight.
So what does blue side need to do here? How can they pull this out?
Really? Not in a 5v5 team fight, most likely.
True.
Really, they need to get Tryndamere on a good split push. They need to, they probably needed to let that go, honestly, with Baron up. Not worth the fight for an inner turret. But,
yeah, I agree.
Need to wait out the Baron. They need to see if they can set up a catch. Perhaps on Jinx or Morgana. Gonna be difficult to do that.
Well, they do have the chance.
They have
now.
succeeded a couple of times.
Split up.
Yeah.
They're going 1-3-1.
Binding misses though.
Oh, but Akali jumps in onto Malzahar. He's gonna get lasered, but it's not gonna be enough. Morgana comes down for the slow, but the
the rockets
finishes him off. Pantheon jumps in, he gets the stun. Morgana's gonna be caught out here. Tryndamere flashes in, Akali follows with the ultimate, and she goes down. So that's a good
So
catch.
that's what they needed, right there. They just decided to
pull out the turret.
take the same turret that Purple just did. Taking Baron off of a couple of them. Have a little bit more of a chance to fight. Lux is really low though. She needs to be very careful. One good Jinx rocket at the right angle could certainly take her out.
Yeah. So they've got the Jinx ultimate that can sniper, but they've also got Elise who can just jump right on with her E.
Yeah, I think they're gonna decide that that was a good fight for them. Go back and buy and continue to wait out the Baron, and then fight when they're a little bit healthier.
Yeah, the Baron has just dropped for purple, so blue side's gonna need to set up more picks here. They do have a bit more vision than they did before. They've got some wards down in the enemy jungle, so they can play a little bit more aggressively and start picking up some kills. They've actually closed the gold gap to 4k, roughly. So it was a good pickup.
Yeah. They're not out of it by any means yet, but they're gonna have to be really careful how they play this. Purple just taking the free tower. Surprised the bot one was actually still up with a Jinx down there.
Yeah, and Akali's gonna go in onto Elise. She gets stunned, but Malzahar's dropping his stuff too. Tryndamere gets hit up. Looks like Akali gets ultimate by Malzahar. Really messy fight here. Zaxxon come in with his ultimate. Tryndamere's got to get out because he's low. Heimerdinger's in the middle of everything, but he's Zhonya's.
Nice
Zaxxon's
Zhonya's.
gonna get blobbed, and it looks like Elise is gonna try to chase, but the rocket's really scary, so she's gonna run away. And everybody's just going to back off here.
Nice spin away from the Jinx rocket. Keeps Tryndamere alive. In the end, it was a 1-for-1.
Yeah, no one's really.
Everyone really low.
But
Oh,
Lux
I think
gets
Jinx.
the catch onto Jinx, and she is toast. Zach comes in and try to save as well as Elise, but they just got baited.
Certainly did. That is definitely what blue team needed. Unfortunately, they're not really in a position to get any objectives out of it. Dragon not up for another minute. Baron not up for quite a while. but they've definitely closed the gold gap to about 2,000.
Yeah, even though they can't really get a good objective out of this, they might be able to get that bot inner if they keep pushing, but probably not. But the gold lead is really important for them to close. Getting money onto that Akali is really going to help them out.
Kali as well as Pantheon now finished his last Whisper going for the Guardian Angel.
Yeah, and Jinx
Certainly helpful in
without
these
a
crazy
defense item.
fights.
Jinx buying a second pickaxe.
For Infinity Edge.
It must be.
Yeah.
I'm a little bit confused by that choice. She could have just waited for BF sword. But alright. So we got Baron coming up in 20 seconds. It looks like red side is going to be trying to positioning for that. Pantheon is going back right now. I'm not sure if he has the timer.
I figured out why she bought a pickaxe. Because her team
Why?
wants to create picks. You gotta get the pickaxe over the BF sword. Of course. It's only logical, Tom.
Freak. Freak. Please. I'm gonna die.
Oh,
These puns.
Tons of
Put a
damage.
Corki in it.
okay.
Counter
Teams.
pun. Alright, so back to the game. It's like we've got purple side sieging up in mid lane. Trying to put some pressure on. They're considering going to Baron. There is a ward that's going to spot them heading up that way, but they're just kind of wandering around waiting for at least finish up those wraiths. Zac way out in front. They're a bit split right now. Looks like they might want to go for a fight from the way they're positioning. The ward gets swept out, so blue doesn't have any vision up there anymore. Well, now they do. Just kidding. But both sides just having a standoff here. No one really wanting to go in on the other.
It's definitely, I'd say, I haven't seen really an aggressive man drop this entire game, so I'd say it's really on, oh,
Sorry to interrupt.
Malzahar.
Malzahar got caught by Pantheon. He has to drop his Zonias, but he's toast. So Malzahar for Dragon, really the greatest trade at this point in the game. Blue side's going to be able to push up that mid lane since purple's out of position. See if they can pick up that inhib.
Probably get a turret.
Purple side coming up the side.
Are they gonna try and flank them?
Yeah, they're thinking about walking in. Elise does just walk in. Zac jumps on, but the laser comes down. It's a beautiful four-man laser. Jinx gets annihilated by Pantheon immediately. Elise has to jump out, getting followed by Tryndamere, but he's already
Tryndamere at
bubbled.
about 100 health, aggressively flashing after Elise. Pantheon comes
Still a
down.
barrier, but
He's got it.
caught. Pantheon with the man drop, finishing off the Elise.
And another double
coming
kill.
back to that spear.
Now 8-1. Certainly they may have had a slow start, but
Yeah, Filthy Frank's
Not giving
Pyro
up.
is really coming back here. They're actually in the lead in gold now. As
And
well
kills.
As kills. So it looks like they're just gonna all back now that they've got that inhib down. Probably a good choice. Purple's not gonna be up in time to pick up a counter Baron. They really need to push out these side lanes.
bottom tower might actually go down just to the minions.
Yeah, no home guards on anyone on that team, surprisingly.
I haven't really needed them quite yet. They have done a very good job of actually keeping purple out of their base for all that they were behind.
So it
Second
looks like
Baron
now
of the
they're gonna
game.
start posturing for Baron.
The trinket ward goes down. You're gonna look for a blue buff.
Ooh, Heimerdinger blocks the zap, but Malzahar's going in. He gets the ultimate onto Akali. The rocket comes in to finish her off, and the snare lands on Heimerdinger. That's 2 kills.
Didn't
right
even get a
in front of
chance to
an active
Zonias.
Baron.
Yeah. Especially with the jungler down, they're definitely gonna go for that, and I don't see any way for blue team to really stop them.
Yeah, that was a really, really good pick coming out for Kings of Worcester.
See, the pickaxe doing work. Yeah, Pantheon not even ranged to man drop. Lux not in range to laser, so that's a free Baron for purple side. Zac goes back to defend the base, so they won't get any Nexus turret damage here.
Yeah, it was a really good choice. I like that play.
Yeah, they needed more vision coverage around that blue before they went for it. Because purple team had that pretty much all warded up. They knew exactly what they were going for.
Well, the good thing is for blue side that that mid inhib kept them from taking any objectives, so you know, at least they didn't lose an inhibitor. Yeah. See what I did there? Oh, it also hurts. These puns. I don't know if I can take any more Ghana. I'm trying to stop. Okay, I'm done. Seriously. Yeah, blue side pushing up that mid lane with their super minions, trying to get those creeps at the base. Purple side's all backing them because they see this. They're gonna pick up their blue buff this time. Blue kind of in need of a rotation here.
They don't really seem to know, yeah, what to do.
Yeah,
they need to go either to bottom or to top.
With Baron down, bot is a good safe bet.
Yeah.
So you need to take the chance to go for those turrets while you can. Looks like purple side is now going to be taking their chance to wander up mid lane. Not really do much in particular.
Well, if blue side does decide to push bot, they won't have really that double push with the super minions because purple's pushed up mid so much. By the time their inhib respawns.
Purple team's inhibitor is respawning soon.
By the time blue gets there, the inhib will respond, yeah, so.
And that inhib coming up for red side is going to make this push way stronger. Start sieging up here. See what they do. Lux is trying to snare people. Banshee's Veils are popped for purple. So if they get hit by anything else, that could spell their doom. Poke coming out from both sides, waiting for creeps. We got side lane for blue pushing in top tower, so they do have a bit of a time limit here. Zach not taking any damage at all because he's a tank.
That is what tanks do.
A little bit early on the Mikhails there. Using
You
that
know,
on
just in
Jinx.
case.
Not really removing a disable, just healing.
I think she might have actually gotten hit by a Hammer stun. I'm not sure if it would have hit.
She got hit by the slow, but there was
Yeah.
nothing to follow up.
Not really, no.
The Mikhails a bit late anyway. But the Pantheon looks like he might be coming in here. Spell Shield is going to come down and keep her safe. Another snare lands on Zac. But the flash stun comes in from Pantheon right on top of Jinx. The laser comes in. She's way low, but she's in the back now. Looks like Morgana's going to get focused down by Akali. Trinimir jumps onto Jinx though. He's in the back line. He's got his barrier up. His ultimate is down.
Just life steals off the creeps to survive. Pantheon gonna finish off.
Left. Oh, but
GA
Pantheon
gets
the
popped.
GA popped. Malzahar gets finished off by
Certainly
Akali,
not gonna
so
make
Zac
it out of
is
that
back.
one. The GA's on Akali and Pantheon, definitely very smart buys.
Yeah, definitely.
They may not have a
Just what you
tank,
need
but
on
they do
those
have
fighters.
pretty much 7 lives, essentially. They can dive in, do a ton of damage, and then come right back. Trinimir running right at the mid lane. Just going for the
good
inhib.
call. Choosing to
Yeah,
go
then
straight
the other
for
team
the
won't be up for
objective.
another at least 20 seconds, so... see if we can get that. Zac trying desperately to stop him.
He did pop the Ghost Blade, so he's got a lot of attack speed. He does not have his ultimate up right
He's
now, but I don't know if Zac
even
knows.
thinking about going after Zac, but no, he decides to back out.
Yeah, good choice, because Morgana's coming
Yeah.
in with those home guards.
That was a very good pickup. That'll be able to stop purple teams pushing for a little while longer. This game is
Yeah,
still
that's-
dead even, gold-wise.
Another good fight from blue side, managing to take out that Jinx. It's purple just focusing a little bit too much on engage and not enough repeal for their AD carry, which is their one real asset here. Jinx still sitting on that pickaxe. Picked up a Banshee's Veil rather than finishing that Infinity Edge. It's a good choice.
They may have some strong tanks in Elise and Zac, but blue team not shy to buy the Magic Pen and Armor Pen items, which is exactly what they need. Last Whispers on Trynd and Panth, and the Void Staff plus Leandry's on Lux. Definitely pretty much straight damage. It's exactly what they need to just burst down someone like Zac.
Yeah, the penetration not really helping all that much against Jinx, but they've just got so much flat damage already that she just gets nuked. Looks like the Mandrop's gonna come into mid lane. They're gonna get caught here. Morgana's gonna get hit by Pantheon, but Pantheon's getting
Jinx isn't even anywhere near the fight. It's pretty much a 3v5.
Yeah, Morgana actually finishes. Pantheon goes down. Zac is very, very low. So is Tryndamere. Jinx is gonna have to flash backwards.
They immediately switch focus onto Jinx, but
Tryndamere goes down. Akali's still up though. She's gonna jump on Jinx after the Zhonya's comes out. Will she make it? But no.
Jinx just life-stealing off of everything within range, and they've ignored. Yeah.
That was actually a good fight from Purple, even though Jinx wasn't there.
They pretty much blew all their cooldowns on everyone else, and once Jinx showed up to the fight, she was just able to clean up. They didn't have anything left to kill her.
They really, really need to have that Tryndamere ult up when Jinx comes in. They need to have Akali jumping straight onto Jinx rather
as well as
than
Pantheon.
using all of her health on everybody else. Zac taking up the turtle here, a little bit dangerous. So finish off.
I don't think he cares too much. He's just gonna regen that right back up. Elise and Jinx, their attack speed buffs, just taking out that inhib. Not much blue team could really do about it. Blue team pinging onto Baron.
It looks like they might be thinking about the counter Barons. Blue, or not blue, purple has to go back here. We'll see if they actually go for it though, considering Elise is still up.
Neither team has a true minion advantage now that both teams have super minions in the mid lane, regular minions everywhere else. So they can probably dance around Baron for quite a while. Purple team realizing it started.
Yeah, looks like the choir boys are gonna start up the Baron.
He's standing right on a ward. That's pretty risky when there's a Lux on the other team.
Heimerdinger, it's taking
Baron down to very low.
Blue
team gets it.
Though.
Yeah.
Catch comes down onto Elise, but Tryndamere jumps over the wall. Elise
into about 4 people.
Getting bursted. That was probably not a good choice. Elise is just gonna walk out. Morgana comes down on Tryndamere. He's got to go to the wall again. But Akali has the Zhonya's. We see the Zhonya's from Malzahar on the other side. Malzahar is caught though. He gets taken out. Jinx is in the fight right now. Elise has to back away. She's still in the fight. Akali's coming in onto Jinx though. It's like the Ignite's gonna come down. Jinx is gonna get taken out by Lux. The Akali is still going. The Mandrop comes in. Morgana's gonna get taken out as well. It's gonna be a 4 for none, as well as the Baron. The GG calls are coming out.
Yeah.
It looks like this might be the game.
I don't think there's much left to really stop blue team from taking it. So, very well played.
Yeah, Elise is the only one left here. Just gonna try to do something. Probably gonna jump on, but it's not gonna be enough. There's a Tryndamere on the Nexus, and that is game. So, Filthy Frank's Choir Boys taking it with their unconventional team comp in 44 minutes over Kings of Worcester. That was a close game.
Certainly was. So well played to both teams, and we'll see here again, I'm sure very soon, to cast more League of Legends.
Yep, 10 o'clock, we got 2 more games.
Well, hopefully.
Finish out our last week of the prelims.
And quarterfinals.
We'll be able to see who's going
finals
into
next
group
week.
Stages. Going into prelims. Alright, we will see you in 2 hours. Good night.
Good night.